Welcome back. It's official today. The NFL draft is coming to Minneapolis in 2028. It was awarded to Minneapolis at this week's league meeting. The event is highly sought after for its economic boost and civic pride. According to the NFL, the event will happen in downtown Minneapolis with all sorts of events, including the Fan Festival and live shows.
Our partners in Minnesota that have shared our vision and obviously understand the impact that this event can bring to the Minnesota community, a great community, one that I think is going to set a new bar for success of this draft and the impact that it has on a community.
Minneapolis has some experience hosting large events like this, including the Super Bowl in 2018 and the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 2019. You may be surprised to hear that just last year, boys volleyball officially became a high school sport in Minnesota. But you may be even more surprised by a team trying to make it to the playoffs this year. Boyd Hoopert has their one-of-a-kind origin story.
Grab an Animal Farm novel and have a seat.
Mastering a language new to a people
Your words.
takes practice.
Satirical.
A people
Contradictory.
who landed in a most unlikely place.
So this is the Chuukese flag. Think of it as like the Minnesota state flag. Chuuk is a state in Micronesia.
Micronesia, a nation made up of hundreds of Pacific islands, hosted a Peace Corps volunteer from Minnesota.
He brought a first family back to Milan, Minnesota. And from that, family followed family.
Finding ready work at a nearby turkey plant. After 25 years, Micronesians now make up more than half the population of this prairie town that once welcomed Norwegian settlers.
Who did you say works for Napoleon?
But language
Dogs and ducks.
Come on.
Light feet, light feet.
is not the only thing
Yeah.
All right, go.
mastered
Up.
with practice.
We just play volleyball every day.
Come on.
From the time they can walk, Micronesians have always played.
Volleyball. Yeah.
Every day.
So for Abraham Chico and the others, the timing couldn't have been better.
I was really excited. Me too. Very pumped.
Pumped because last year, boys volleyball became Minnesota's newest high school sport. And here was Lac-Qui-Parle Valley High School, where nearly 1 of every 5 students is Micronesian.
We knew we could get a large chunk of our kids participating in this if we add this.
But even athletic director
I know, yeah.
Zach Stelter
Yeah.
didn't expect this.
A lot of kids, yeah,
So soon.
a lot of kids.
And not, you may notice, just any kids.
34 of 36 are Micronesian on our team.
Andrew Schmidt,
Yep.
assistant coach,
Good.
and head coach
Sit.
Molly Hennon immediately ran into a problem.
There's 0 teams within 130 miles.
Big schools play boys volleyball.
We're at the Spring Lake Park volleyball tournament. $10, please. All right, ready?
But now warming up in the gym, little Lac-Qui-Parle Valley
Medals.
High School.
1, 2, 3.
Ever heard of them?
No, I haven't. Here it comes.
You're about to. With no small school competition, Lac-Qui-Parle routinely travels 3 hours to play the powerhouses of Minnesota sports. Schools 10 times their size.
Lac-Qui-Parle.
Lack.
Schools still
What?
learning.
Lack or Powell? Woo!
Remember the boys'
Good.
language teacher? That's Hope Schmidt, Instagramming and live streaming for parents who
Good.
can't afford travel
Cover.
and weekends in hotels.
At this point, we don't have any home matches. So this is important that we keep them looped in on how the team's doing.
Pretty well against Forest Lake, by the looks of things.
I'm very proud of them.
Ashlyn Sarber moved from Milan to the Twin Cities.
I'm just so glad that I could see them, at least my nephews and cousins and all them boys.
JV beat Maple Grove at this last tournament, and we drove through Maple Grove leaving, and I said, everybody look, and their population was like 71,000. And I said, Milan is 400.
Unknown
Lacqua.
for now,
Lacqua Pearl Valley. Woohoo!
but remember the name of the undersized school
They're on fire.
with oversized dreams. Boyd Hooper, KARE 11 News. Spring Lake Park.
Well, in their inaugural season, the boys have won half their matches against schools that dwarf them in size. Their goal is to make it to state, and to do so, they'll need to win their section playoffs, which include Edina, Minnetonka, and Wayzata. Stick with us. More news and weather's coming up after the break.